Check, 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 check. Check, check. Microphone. Is the microphone on?
I'm not going to stop. I'm going to talk to no one over here. There's no one in my apartment over here. There's a cat.
Do I know you, Marcus? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think we've had the pleasure, no.
Okay. Have you been with Tracy long time?
About 8 years now.
You've loved her a long time?
Loved her a long time, baby.
Okay, yeah, I left Toronto probably 10 years ago at least, so it's been a while. Okay, so you sound good. We'll start recording. I'll just count you in. Marcus Beltrano, welcome to the show.
What? I am so glad to be here. What is going on?
I'm excited to have you here because I heard that you were actually the cuckold of the amazing Tracy Beltrano, and
the proud cuck, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. I've just been looking at her IMDb. She's an American Gods, Star Falls. She plays Portia in Dealer Incentives, and I think she's doing a great job of capitalizing on crazy. How about you, Marcus?
I think she is doing a phenomenal job. I have been able to trick her for a very long time into letting me along for the ride. So thank God she's gullible, but it's working out in my favor.
Okay. So you think she's gullible. How do you know that she's not playing you?
I don't think there's enough in it for her. It's
there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So you're keeping the myth alive.
She's a smart woman. She can see what's going on here, and
yeah.
She's just a little insensitive.
Very talented, and come a little closer so let me see you, Marcus. Give me a close up. Well, you're quite attractive. And what do you do? Are you a performer as well?
I am a performer, a actor, improviser. Writer, because I write stuff. I am published, but who needs to be, right?
Okay, so you're an improviser. Do you work at the Second City there in Toronto?
I do not work there, no. I am a graduate of their conservatory program.
Oh, you went through the conservatory, yes. I'm a conservatory alumni as well. And who was your instructor? Did Bruce Hunter teach you?
Did not get Bruce Hunter. I had Lisa Merchant.
Oh, she's good.
Lisa Merchant, as well as Christy Bruce and Paul Bates.
Who?
Paul Bates.
Paul Bates. He's hilarious. Paul Bates is
fantastic.
Very funny. He's very funny. He's kind of quirky. I don't think he has to work very hard at being funny because he just kind of has a weird look. Paul, if you're watching,
and a voice that just it just sounds, and not like it's a funny sounding voice. It's naturally makes you want to laugh, and it's like everyone's got an impression almost. It's fantastic.
Yeah, everyone's got an impression. Do you have an impression?
I wish I knew it was an alumni. I would have worn the shirts and everything. We could have had a reunion. We could have
improvised, but you mentioned impressions, so I'm going to go with that. Do you do an impression? I don't want to put you on the spot, but it can be anything.
An impression. I'm good at mimicking, but I'm not. I don't have like a repertoire.
Oh, okay.
Famous people.
Okay. So mimicking is the best form of flattery. I mean, that basically is an impression of sorts. Who do you like to mimic? Like a lot of people like to do Stallone. You could pass for Stallone. Can you do him?
Oh well. I don't traditionally, but what is it? Just what do you?
There you go.
Talk a little like this. Let the mouth hang a little bit, slow a little bit. And,
that's not bad.
I don't know.
If you worked on that,
you saw the process.
Yeah. Work on that for sure, man. Because you could be like a young Stallone. I don't know how old you are. I don't want to age you or anything.
I gotta ask this, since do you have any impressions?
I do. There's a guy, he's not famous. Well, he was YouTube famous. His name was Greg Solomon. And I do fake Solomon. So I do that impression of a YouTube guy named Greg Solomon. You can check that out on my channel. It's on Cosmic Threader. So just click through and find the fake Solomon videos. I'm trying to think. I can do impressions, but I haven't worked on any recently. That's the only one that I can think of that I've been working on a lot.
I find a great character base. Tracy and I have been binging the hell out of Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah. He's hard to
and
do actually. Ramsey, can you do Ramsey?
the Ramsey's harder to do. It's
He's
more
hard.
the
Yeah, he's a hard guy to.
restaurateurs.
Yeah.
There are so many, like, we were watching one Luigi's last night
Mhm.
where it had a crazy Italian woman who was screaming all the time, nobody like me. It was very difficult. There was like a overbite or underbite little brother who kind of always talked like this. I mean, every episode is just chock full of different fun excursions into character.
So, would you call yourself a character actor then, Marcus?
I mean, I like to. I get so rare opportunity to but I love to get that opportunity to, just be something that nobody sees you as. There's some great freedom to that.
I'm going to put myself in the casting director chair for a moment. And if I look at you, you got the square jaw. I'm probably going to put you like in the romantic lead. Like you're probably going to be up for roles like Superman or, young stud number 5. Is this what you're going out for? Like, what do you go out for?
First of all, I will gladly take that Superman role. I'll take that sweet DC
I mean, you
money.
got the dark hair. Why not? You still have hair.
I'm going to exploit the hell out of it, man.
Yeah.
I do kind of get into that area, which, again, I don't mind. It's fun to perform whatever, but it's nice to perform as something that you see yourself as opposed to what other people see you as, even though that's kind of the acting game in general.
Okay, and your background, I'm assuming your background is stage. You mentioned improv, so you probably came up through stage, and now you're trying to get into film and television. Is that kind of what's happening?
Ish. It was a middle mix of both. When I was younger, I'd gone to theater school for a bit, got booted out, which is probably the best thing that could happen.
You got kicked out? Did you get kicked out of AMDA? Was it AMDA?
No, it was George Brown.
George Brown. You know what? You're fine.
No, yeah, it's
I knew a guy who went to George Brown. He went, I think he went for one day. He got into the program. He went for one day and then he quit. He didn't get kicked out. He was just like, yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. That's basically what I can say. There was like just teachers who weren't so much willing to teach. They just wanted to listen to themselves speak, sort of situation.
There's a few programs like that, yeah. And is George Brown, is that like Triple Threat? Is that like Randolph Academy, or is it a little different? Is it strictly acting? Is it like classical acting?
It's more classical acting, or at least like to build themselves as such.
Yeah. So they have they have to be pretentious because they're only teaching you one thing, maybe, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I got my my favorite critique ever was from the main acting teacher, George Brown. Shortly before leaving, and it was just
say his name. Say his name.
I can't remember his name. If I remember before the end, I will gladly bring it up.
Yeah. So you got kicked out. I want to know what you did to piss them off so much that they kicked you out of that joint.
Well, here's the thing. They're one of those joints that right off the hop, first day, they all like gather you around. Let's sit around in a big circle, and they say, "Take a look at the person on your left. Take a look at the person on your right." And by the end of the program, one of them won't be here anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And so they're already setting you up.
So it's a mind fuck, right? Like day one, they're already fucking with your head,
Yeah. And then so like they're very much in the process of like, they want to break you down, man. They want to like make you cry. And like I was like 20 years old. I'm not, I don't know what they want. I'm just like, I'm not going to let them break me. I'm going to be a strong individual, which is like, the worst thing you want as an actor to be like someone who's like, I am not going to react at all to what I am getting.
Yeah. And are you a city kid, Marcus? Were you coming from the city scene, or were you from out of town, or like how did you end up at George Brown?
I moved to Toronto. I'm from St. Catharines originally, but
okay, that's a nice town.
It's pleasant, but I'm not a huge fan of smaller towns, so I knew like I want to get the hell out.
There's a few famous murderers from St. Catharines.
The Bernardos and
So the
Mulkey.
Bernardos. So you have that going for you. You know, maybe you could play Paul Bernardo if they ever do like a TV series or something, like a mini thing.
Actually, no joke. I guess this is like a horrible claim to fame, but I grew up about 2 blocks from his house while that was happening.
That's weird because I know someone else who is on that street who's like 4 houses from there. The Sprys.
I don't know them, but that is
Bill and Betty
nuts.
Spry. Yeah, they live. I think they still live on that street.
Yeah. I was in grade 2 and walked by every morning to go to school.
Creepy. So do your parents still have a home there, or did they sell it?
No, they're all gone now. So I haven't actually been back for a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely a city boy. As soon as I got here, because I was in the pursuit of acting, and it's like I can't do that from St. Catharines, and so boom.
So big city, Big Smoke, and there you are at George Brown. And what did you do? Like, what was the straw? What was the straw? Like, did you just not show up, or?
Well, here's the thing. They're not very good teachers in the sense that if you aren't already.
I agree, 100%. Already 100%. Yeah.
So the last sticking point for them, I think, because I came to them saying, like, I'm having trouble. I would like you cast me, you let me in. What is it that you saw that I can build upon? Give
me some instruction. Give me some guidance. Give me some counsel here.
Yeah. So the main acting teacher, sits back in his big chair and rubs his big pretentious beard. And then he looks me in the eyes and says, I don't know.
I don't see it. I don't see you as an actor. I see you as a guy from St. Catharines who grew up next to Paul Bernardo. Why are you here?
Why am I here? Like in the city
in the acting program? Why are you at George Brown? Like, what do you expect to get?
I think when you're really young, I can't speak for everybody, but for myself, I was in that mode of like, okay, I want to be an actor. What are the next steps?
Right.
And
how do I do it from Canada, where the odds of making it are even harder, right? It's hard enough. How do I do it from Upper Canada? And yeah, I know your pain, man. It's tough for Canadians. We play a lot of bit parts, right? A lot of bit parts, and they bring up younger Americans that are less talented. They're prettier because they've had the work done or whatever, but
it's not even like the younger ones though. Like I was on set for Mrs. America, that show with I don't know. Apologies. I just moved the couch in.
I jumped in, but I don't know that one.
Anyways, so they have bit players like myself. And then there's like a guy who has like maybe 5 lines, and they've decided that rather than to cast someone who, it's just an older white guy, it's not like it's hard to find. Instead of casting locally, they brought in someone from New York to stay at,
of course,
like, a high end, the Shangri-La for 5 nights to do this part. And it's like, wow, that takes a lot of effort to not cast somebody.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to get cast. You have to look exactly the right way, and then you're probably up against 6 or 10 other guys, and they probably are going to cast an American first if it's an American casting director. Maybe it's changing.
Just do the bare minimum.
Maybe it's getting better.
Bare minimum to get that tax break, baby.
Yeah. So I've just been working on this little baby here.
Oh, it's a little globe.
I was waiting a while for you. It's just one of those elastic globes.
Oh, nice. I love.
Yeah, because we're in round 2 of lockdown, right? So you got to find ways to occupy your time.
Oh no, you get excited when there's something to occupy your time. Like someone says, oh, there's like I got a bed today, just dropped off for me, and I'm like, that is exciting because it's something that's happening.
Yeah, yeah. You fell out of bed. Oh no, you're getting a free bed. You told me. Somebody's giving you a bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it there? Is it there yet? Or are you anxiously anticipating?
Well, it's there in pieces.
Can we see it?
Pieces.
Are you?
Yeah,
let's see it.
We're gonna go on a trip now.
Yeah.
Here we are currently
Oh,
Kind of.
you're all decked out for Christmas already.
Oh yeah, I was like
That's
October 25th.
excellent. Excellent.
Gotta go nuts.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really get a big showing here, but that's what's awaiting Tracy and I tonight. Put
Okay, that's
together.
excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
like a
did
big puzzle.
so you guys didn't have a bed before? What were you sleeping on the floor?
I've got one, but like, here's the thing. I put it together myself,
Okay.
and I am not good at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so rickety that I don't feel like particularly comfortable and or safe, to be honest. So to have a bed that can be properly put together is going to be exciting.
So you're not a handy guy.
No,
No,
I my
you're not like a man's man. You're not like a hammer and toolbox kind of guy.
no.
Instead, you does Tracy know that you're talking to me? Does she know that you're on the internet all day talking to strange men? Does she know about this?
She encourages it. I
She
think just to get out of her hair.
Whatever gets you away from her for a while. She's
Just,
like, whatever.
Talk to some strange men. I'll find some for you.
I love Tracy Beltrano so much. She's going to be a huge star. So you should, Colby, you should ride her coattails. Just ride those coattails, man.
100%. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
latched on.
Right on. So Tracy tells me the reason she introduced me to you was she said you have like an improv. Is it a recurring show coming up or is it just a one-off?
Well, I've got a sketch troupe that kind of got
A sketch
together.
troupe. So you're writing.
Yes.
Okay, so you're writing the sketches. Okay, no improv then.
Yes. Yes. Well, we started as an improv group, but we like got together as a group like weeks before the pandemic hit.
Oh,
So
good.
that took the wind out of the sails, you know. But just to cope, we were like meeting for Zoom, and we were trying to do improv on a Zoom. But Zoom is like really hard to do improv on.
Is it?
It's
I
like
haven't tried myself.
it's
Yeah.
very difficult because it relies on like obviously listening to the person on stage with you, and that timing is important. And when there's like a little bit of a lag, you don't want to talk at the same time. You're not really there's no audience to draw on, so it's hard to. It's fun enough to perform just as a something to do,
Yeah.
but to pursue like put on shows, it can be very difficult. Although I know some people do.
Yeah,
Okay with
I
it.
mean it's tough, but I think the genre. A lot of people are doing live. Like this is live to tape, so I tape it and then I put it up later. I have to start doing the lives because that's what gets you followers. That's what gets you audiences now. It's all about live.
Yeah.
So I think what's happening is the medium is becoming more relaxed. It's casual. There's no pressure at all, really. So you just hop on and it is what it is, and people will watch you, right?
This is it. And I mean, when we first started putting something together, we were planning on doing like a sketch show live.
Mm-hmm.
And but then we just realized that the timing of it all, the rehearsing of it, and then we do it once and then it's done. But if we instead were to release sketches on a weekly basis, and we can have things to stretch out. We have things that exist there now in the internet and go to. So we started taking a hard turn on that. So Side Hustle is the name of it, by the way.
Side Hustle. Side
Hustle.
So the name of your sketch troupe is Side Hustle, and that's also your personal side hustle?
Exactly.
Okay,
a little on the nose.
Okay. So you expect to make money from this, Marcus, or?
I mean, it'd be nice.
And are you the captain? Are you the troop leader? Are you like
I think there's like a different troop leader every time we like meet up to do something.
I would put you in a leadership role in a second. You got leadership all over you. If I could come to your show, I would. Do you have ones coming up that you can tell us about? Like anything scheduled, or is it all like locked down?
The closest thing you can do is check out Side Hustle on our YouTube channel or Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And every Sunday,
I'll check that out.
Every Sunday we put up new sketches, God willing. And also part of a web series on right now called The Isolationists.
The Isolationists.
The Isolationists. Yes, it's like a Zoom style sitcom.
Okay, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna check that out. And are you the star of this, The Isolationist?
I kind of came in midstream. Jean de Leon is the writer, the director, and he's like the star. It's kind of like an all five of us kind of equal parts, but I look at him as the leader because he does everything.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant, so it works out.
Okay, good. I'm definitely going to check those out. I will subscribe. Please follow back.
Absolutely.
And I'll check out Side Hustle.
Along in the podcast.
You have 4 troop members or?
5 in total.
5. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to name them or?
Yeah, absolutely. We got also a duo partner, Julana Bender.
Okay. Julana Bender.
Yes, Julana. We have Rob Tinkler.
Bender. And does she drink? Does she drink much? Sounds like a drinker to me.
I mean, we've been known to do it, but I mean, in comparison to like me, maybe not so much. But you know.
Yeah.
Then we got Rob Tinkler, who.
Are you making these up? Rob Tinkler? Are you kidding me? Rob Tinkler. That is an unfortunate name. I'm sorry, Rob. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Rob Tinkler. I'm going to use this. You can't make this shit up. Wow.
And the next name is my personal favorite, Chili Davidson.
Chili Davidson. You're making this up, man. Are these stage names? The Chili Davidson? No. And how do you spell chili? Like the chili? Like Chili Davidson?
Yeah, Chili. Best part is he and his siblings.
I want to introduce you. If I'm ever in Toronto or if you're ever doing a Zoom thing, I want to introduce you guys just for the laughs because the names are hilarious. And then Colby, Marcus Colby, that's like a cheese or something, right? Colby? Isn't that a cheese?
Big cheese.
It's just cheese. Wow.
And
is that your given name, Marcus? Or is that a stage handle?
It's a mix of both. It's really one of my middle names.
Middle name. Okay. So you are using stage names.
Using a stage name, but it feels like it comes from, because it's my still a given name, I feel like there's a certain gravitas to it.
Yeah.
Some truth in it.
That's a nice word.
And the final number.
Unnecessary mic check 5. Unnecessary mic check 5. Check 5. Yeah, 5's on, guys. 5's on.
Sorry about
5
that.
Sounds good. 5 sounds good.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
So I was going to say the last member of the troupe, certainly not least, Amarutha Krishner. Also
Amarutha.
Fantastic.
Amarutha.
Sounds
like a liqueur, Amarutha.
I should just like tell her that. Like you're sweet like a liqueur. That's
tasty like a liqueur. Oh, you're so beautiful, Amarutha. Amarutha, you're so lovely, and you should taste her one time and see if maybe she bathes in liqueur. I don't know. Lovely French. Amarutha. Is that a French name?
Indian name. Indian name.
Indian name, Amarutha. That's actually very beautiful. Is she single? Hey, you got her number?
You might be in luck.
Amarutha, Marcus gave me your number.
Did it just a little under the table.
Yeah. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by you, Marcus Colby, and I'm excited for your venture with your friends Rob Tinkler and Julana Bender. I want to drink with you guys, and I want to watch you guys do some funny sketch. I'm putting this up on Gong Show Tarot live to tape because you're an interesting guy and you're an actor, but you're no Tracy Beltrano. Her portrayal of Portia and dealer incentives is just stunning. There's no other way to say it.
Who amongst us can stand in the shadow of? I mean,
that's all you can.
The shadow looms large.
Yeah. Is she taller than you?
Funny you should ask. We have an ongoing debate about that very thing because if you were perhaps to put us back to back, it might.
Is she there? Can you stand back to back, or
she's not here right now?
Oh,
unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have talked to her today, but that's okay.
Well, this is
all right.
This is what we get.
Yeah, it's fine.
But if we go back to back, it might appear that she is slightly taller. But if you look at our official heights, She is 5'7", and I am 5'8". So
okay, the official heights. Okay, and how do you? I don't know how you get an official height. Do you request from your doctor?
I think you just call the height you think you are official.
Okay. Okay. Just call it, like shotgun.
Yeah, and just whoever calls it first.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you competitive? I mean, you're both in the acting field. I know sometimes as a couple that can be challenging because some couples are really competitive. So you're happy for them if they get a role, but maybe like if you're going through a tough time, maybe you're kind of like harboring resentment a little bit.
When it comes professionally, I don't think we're terribly
like
competitive.
that? No.
And I think that might only be because we're not in the same, we're not up for the same things. So
really?
when she lands Portia, I know I didn't have a chance.
You could have played Portia?
Well, first of all, not as well. But see, I think so. I think we're lucky in that sense. But in a micro sense, we can be competitive over silly, not important things.
A micro sense. Okay.
So, for instance, sad kitchen nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
One question we will always have at the end of every episode: do you think it's still open? And then we will compete to see who gets the right one. It's little things like that.
Fair question. It's a fair question.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping score.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you eat at Hell's Kitchen? Did you actually go to the set?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Because you guys are moving. Are you in New York or are you moving to New York?
The plan is to move there. The pandemic kind of threw a wrench in that for the time being, but that is still the end goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the markers have been moved down the field a little bit, so that's not clear, but eventually.
Are you healthy? Did you catch COVID? Have you had a test yourself, Marcus?
I have not had a test myself. I haven't felt unhealthy.
Okay.
There is an excellent chance that my fellow troopmate Julana might have actually gotten it back then. And because I'm around her so often at that time performing, it stands to reason that if she had it, I could have had it.
Oh, okay.
But that's the closest connection I have to it. I've been lucky to have good health.
You're very lucky. You're lucky in life that way. I have two more questions. The first one is, are you familiar with cancel culture?
I have heard of cancel culture, yes.
Okay, and are you also familiar with the stand-up comedian Timothy J. Dillon? Are you familiar with this gentleman from Long Island? No. He's a Long Island comic.
I don't know him, no.
I'm spearheading a movement to have him canceled. So if you want to join, please do. Sign the petition. We have to take this guy down because he's a baby killer. He's a Roseanne Barr sympathizer. So,
oh, God.
Yeah, I know, right? He probably likes Cosby still.
Oh God.
Or he's probably still watching Spacey movies.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Bring him down. Forget the petition. You got to hack into his systems and start shutting him down on a digital level.
Well, all right. I'm trying to pass the torch because I actually had to apologize to him. His fans are after me. It's getting ugly, so I got to distance myself, but it doesn't mean that you can't, right?
He has fans?
Tons of fans. They're rabid fans, man. These guys, It's a nightmare. So I wish it on you and not on me. Have you had any celebrity run-ins in your life that impacted you?
You know what? I've had the odd one. The biggest one I can think of is, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe. 10, I don't know. I was working at a bar and Woody Harrelson was in town directing a show at Hard House. Nice. And so I'm a busser at this point, and he's out in a patio and he's getting drunk with his cast. He's just hammered. He's smoking a lot of marijuana, even though that wasn't really legal.
I heard that about him, yeah.
And so I'm later in the night. It's not my table. I'm just I am a mere busser at this point. Mm-hmm. And but I'm taking out the garbage, and it's in the back, and I'm throwing it in the back. And once I'm out there, I realize Woody Harrelson and a bunch of people are smoking a joint. And he looks at me, this random busboy that came out the back, and he's like, "Hey, do you wanna have a hit?" And I'm not one to normally smoke at work, but I'm like, shit, Woody Harrelson just offered me a
You say
joint.
yes, right? If
You
Woody
say yes.
Harrelson's offering you a drag or, some
Yeah.
reefer madness, you say yes, of course.
And then to top it off, at the end of the night, he's stemming the cast, stumble off, and I'm bustling his table, and I notice he leaves his cigarettes behind. So I at the time smoked, decided, I'll take these cigarettes, that's fine. Not knowing a lot about weed culture, I didn't realize that you also keep your weed in the cigarette pack. So I actually got a big bag of Woody Harrelson's pot as well that I confiscated for myself.
Was it
So if
high
I ever
quality?
It was very much a pleasant, paralyzing effect of. It was easily the most potent I've had, but like not in a scary way, but like the most comfortable, happy way
calming?
possible.
Yeah, no edge to it at all.
Yeah.
No edge to it all. Well, I hope all the best for you, Marcus Beltrano. I hope that you get to play a guy taking the garbage out on screen, on camera, so that you can experience that and not just be the guy that's taking out the garbage. Does that make sense?
When they do a biopic on Woody Harrelson's life, that scene will be included in the movie.
Good.
And I will.
And you can play the garbage carrier number 5. And that.
Well, the Canadian one.
And the Canadian one only, and then someone else. Of course, they'll get someone better from America to play that part.
1 through 4.
You'll know that when that happens, you'll have arrived, right? That will be the moment for you.
It's full circle. It's the story of my life coming full circle, and I feel a sense of completion, a deep inner peace.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at the ceiling behind you, Marcus. What is going on there?
That is tin. That
it is shiny. Yeah, I thought it was gold or something for a second. So it is shiny.
Yeah, it's a shiny tin.
It's actually kind of lovely. Is that a very old style of? It looks very old.
Yeah, the place I live is it's an old schoolhouse converted into apartments.
Lovely.
So this is like.
Is it a brick building on the outside, like a lovely brick building?
It is a lovely brick building, and inside, in this part at least, they've kept whatever tin ceiling they decided to have back in 1952.
I love it. Do you need roommates? Is there like a small corner or a refrigerator that's unoccupied?
There's always room for refugees here.
Okay. I'm basically I live outside now. I don't know. I'm in like the worst motel in the world right now.
Why are you in a motel right now? What's going on here?
Well, I live outside now, just for practical reasons. Rent an apartment in Vancouver now. It's anywhere between $1,200 and $2,000 a month, and that's for like a micro suite, like 600 square feet if you're lucky. Now,
is it getting worse than Toronto?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because Toronto there was sort of a hidden rent control. You knew people.
Yeah.
And then but it happens there too. As soon as that person that was there a long time moves out, the rent goes way up, right?
Bastards.
Like when you move out of that, are you renting or do you own right now?
I rent.
You're renting, so
yeah.
So the pain, right? Like if the owner decides to sell that place, I don't know if it's a condo, then suddenly you're struggling again and you're out looking, right?
Yeah, so far so good. I've held on to this place like grim death to not let it out of my grasp. Mm-hmm. So far so good.
But the big secret here, Marcus, is there's huge benefits to living outside in Canada. Huge benefits.
Yeah, harder to get COVID, I imagine.
You don't have to run a refrigerator.
You're laughing.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about utilities, really. Rent, none of that.
No.
Yeah,
for now.
Beautiful. You can connect with nature, talk about grounding, talk about Zen. You're in it 24/7, baby.
It's beautiful.
24/7.
There's always a squirrel to talk to.
Yeah, there's usually some wildlife out there. I was attacked by a cougar last week.
Oh.
And, yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Where is it? Like, so are you like right in Vancouver? Are cougars in Vancouver?
No, I'm up in the interior. I'm in Shuswap territory. Shuswap is an Indian band, and so I'm connecting with my native brothers and sisters, and I'm out here in the wilds. and there happens to be this rundown hotel sort of in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to, just kind of sleep in a bed.
That's fair. And plus,
yeah.
Better Wi-Fi connection, I imagine, than the outside.
Actually, no. No, there's Wi-Fi in other places that's much better. There's a Starbucks that has a really good connection, which I go there and I do some work in the mornings. No, the service here is awful. A rat actually came right out of the faucet. I turned on the faucet and a rat crawled out before the water.
Rude.
Yeah.
Just rude. I mean,
Yeah.
at least I would have pictured the rat kind of coming out like it was a water slide at a water park.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind rats. Some people would freak out and be like, eek, right? I don't know if you know people like that, but I don't mind.
I know people like that. Yeah, no, but I'm with you. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And then if you're really fast, maybe it can be dinner later, right? Like you can make a stew, just cook them up. Not much meat on them, though. There's not much meat on them. And if you're the type of person that got kicked out of George Brown as a young adult, then you might be facing these situations in your life.
I meant to say, to cap that off, it would scare me, a young man who has just been kicked out.
Yeah.
The parting shot across the bow from our pretentious teacher friend was this. Watching you act is like watching somebody that is in the deep end of a pool in cement shoes with headphones taped over your ears and blindfolded.
They said that to you.
Yes.
I apologize on behalf of the world. That's awful. Nobody should have to listen to that. It's bullshit, A. And that's awful that they would say something like that. I mean, I went through that too. I mean, they try to break you down and then they try to build you up, and it's a mind fuck, right?
Yeah. I mean, but the benefit of hindsight, it's funny almost, yeah. But in the moment, it's like, oh, it's a lot of effort.
Why are you abusing me? You fuckers. So after they tell you you're like drowning and you have cement weights on you, after this, they tell you to leave, or?
It's like they have different times of culling the herd, so to speak.
Oh, okay, so they're weeding you out.
Yeah. So there was like 3 other people with me at the time. They're like, you've failed to proceed.
National Theater School does that too. They cull the herd and they whittle them down to a very small group of 5 or 10, or maybe less.
Yeah. Is that where you went?
National Theater School? I tried to go to National. I think I auditioned twice for National, and the second time I actually made it to like the final round. But no, I think I was too much in the majority, so I wasn't a visible minority, which I sometimes can help.
Right.
Also, I was terrible when I was younger. I studied comedy, Marcus, for 10, 11 years. 10 years, 11 years I studied comedy, and then I realized that I'm a straight man. So
right, I hear that. And you know what, at least with National Theater School, there's prestige to it. So you're like, whether it's bullshit or not, which it is, but there's prestige. This is like
definitely, yeah. If you manage to graduate from National, or even if you got kicked out of National, there's prestige there, so you can get meetings with people. The right people. Colm Fiore, right? I don't know if he went to National or not, and he's notorious for being an asshole. But if you went to National, you might know Colm Fiore, and maybe
he looks like someone who would go to the National Theater School.
Yeah, and that kind of a cock mentality. I'm gonna get myself into trouble. No, I heard stories about Colm Fiore. I don't know him personally, but I heard stories about him backstage that he does not behave himself.
I wish that was more surprising.
Shocking, right? I know, it's shocking news. What do you want to end with? Do you read books? Is there a book you want to plug? Is there something, an anecdote or a hobby, something you want to talk about, Marcus?
Hobby. Let's see. I'll go with a hobby because I don't have a particular book or anything at the moment.
Okay.
But I ever since a child, a huge comic book nerd.
Anderson's child. Now, and is that a graphic novel or is that a comic book, like a traditional comic book? Sorry, I don't know it.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, not Anderson Child, just a huge comic book nerd. So I've been a big fan of superhero comics since a small child.
Okay. And who's your favorite? If you had to pick a favorite superhero, would it be Green Lantern or would it be something even more obscure to people that don't really follow?
You know what? There was a period of time where Green Lantern maybe would have been. When I was younger, there was a period of time where Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern, and his day job was he was an artist. Oh. And the whole deal with it was because he had an artist's brain, whatever he could make with the ring would be very detailed, elaborate. And I thought that was kind of a cool concept. And as someone with creative leaning, it was like I could identify with that.
Okay. So you like the sort of the human qualities that the hero has. You want to connect with them on sort of a philosophical level.
Yeah, I think anytime you can connect with the characters you're reading about, and I think it's great for kids to read the comics too, because you get this great sense of morality.
Yeah.
A good versus evil, a need to help people.
I think you want to help people, Marcus. And if I didn't think that Tracy had a death grip on you, I would try to steal you away from her in a second. I think you're a lovely man. I wish you all the best. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for coming on Gong Show Tarot. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your subscribes. And best of luck with the sketch.
Thank you so much, and best of luck with the rat.
It pays to rehearse. All right. We are off the air.